On the afternoon of August 28th, 2003, pizza delivery man Brian Douglas Wells walked into a small bank branch in the city of Erie, Pennsylvania. He appeared strangely calm, holding in his hand what looked like a shotgun fashioned from a cane, and around his neck was a heavy metallic device that looked like a collar. He placed a note in front of the teller, demanding a specific amount of money. The note said that he had a real bomb attached to his neck, and that any attempt to call the police would cause it to explode immediately. His face didn't resemble that of a criminal. It looked more like that of an ordinary man who didn't fully believe what he was doing. The teller quickly gathered the money and put it in a small plastic bag, while Brian walked out of the bank calmly and headed toward his car, the white pizza delivery car he drove every day. Within minutes, police cars surrounded the area and stopped him on the side of the road. When ordered to get out of the car, Brian sat down on the pavement, raising his hands in surrender. He told the officers in a trembling voice that he didn't know the bomb was real, that he had been forced to rob the bank after unknown individuals locked the device around his neck while he was delivering a pizza order in a nearby area. The officers surrounded him, unsure whether to believe him or not. Minutes passed as Brian sat on the ground, shouting that time was running out and that the bomb was about to explode. At 3:18 p.m., a loud blast echoed, and everyone froze in horror. The bomb exploded for real, killing Brian instantly in front of cameras broadcasting live on television. The investigation began immediately, becoming one of the most complex cases the FBI had ever faced. At first, everyone thought Brian was a willing participant in a strange robbery plan, but the real mystery was in the details. Who built the bomb? Who put it on him? And why? Inside his car, investigators found a series of handwritten notes that looked like part of a deadly scavenger hunt. The notes contained detailed instructions ordering him to complete multiple tasks across different locations to find keys that would supposedly unlock the bomb. They warned him that time was limited, that he must follow every step precisely, and that involving the police would mean certain death. Later, investigators realized the entire scheme was like something out of a dark movie, except it was horrifyingly real. After 2 years of relentless investigation, authorities identified 2 key suspects: Marjorie Deal Armstrong, a woman with a violent past and severe mental instability, and Bill Rothstein, a local handyman and mechanically skilled man who lived near the scene. It turned out that these 2, along with a few accomplices, had orchestrated the entire plan. The true motive wasn't just a bank robbery. It was part of a larger plot connected to Marjorie's desire to kill her own father and take his money. Bill Rothstein was the technical mastermind who built the complex bomb, while Marjorie was the manipulative mind behind the scheme. Evidence later showed that Brian might not have been the criminal people initially believed him to be. Investigators concluded that he may have been involved only partially, without knowing the full extent, or that he was simply a victim of a cruel setup. Police learned that on the day of the crime, Brian had received a call to deliver pizzas to a remote TV transmission tower outside the city. When he arrived there, he was ambushed by the conspirators, who forced the bomb onto his neck and gave him the instructions to rob the bank. Years of investigation followed. Bill Rothstein died before facing trial, while Marjorie Deal Armstrong was sentenced to life in prison after being convicted for her role in the crime. The case was officially closed in 2010, but questions remained. Was Brian a knowing accomplice, or an innocent man caught in a deadly game? Even today, there's no full agreement among investigators. Some believe he was partially aware of the plan, while others insist he was an innocent victim manipulated by a group of dangerous minds. The story left a lasting mark on American society, a chilling reminder of how intelligence and evil can merge to exploit the innocent, and how a single, ordinary day can turn into a nightmare that defies belief. The pizza bomber case has since been studied in criminal psychology programs as an example of how complex and manipulative a real-life crime can be, a disturbing blend of deception, mechanical precision, and psychological control. And in the end, the name Brian Wells remains etched in history as the tragic centerpiece of one of the strangest and most shocking true stories in modern America.